Joe in real life. Okay, so this is a little bit of an old school workout. I just did my ladder climbing up, 1 rep, 10-pound jumps. And this is a banded front squat to pins. I set the pins at my compromised position, meaning that the point in my depth where I lose the most power, usually the point where I bounce out of. And I wanted to go until I had a real problem. And that ended up being 135, which I was actually shocked that it was that high. This is a rest day, and so I got all my work done for the week. And so this was what I chose as a little fun workout. The band around the ankles or around the calves is incredibly valuable for me activating my glute medius and cleaning up my position quite a bit. Squat University, of all places, is where I got that tip. I do not enjoy that channel, but I thought that this was a pretty slick move, and man, oof, yeah. So at a glance, it probably seems like, why would I go to like a compromised depth rather than ass to grass? I mean, I clearly can go ass to grass. And it just seems like, why don't you go ass to grass and with slow and controlled and come up through the whole range of motion? And I struggled with that a little bit. I guess the answer is I need to come to a complete stop. I need to absolutely lose activation and then re-engage in that position for the neuromuscular response. It's my suspicion that a lot of people don't have the same problem with this that I do, but when I hit that spot, in particular, even when I'm controlling for it, I tend to do like what I'd call a micro dive bomb to get through that position, and then I use stretch reflex just a tiny amount on the way up to get out of that position. I'll even hinge very slightly, even in a front squat, to find a little momentum to help pull myself out. And setting these pins at this height really destroyed my ability to do that. It's funny, 115, 125, 135, those reps actually moved the best. Where I had real problem was like 65, 75, 85, where like I disengage at the bottom and my body couldn't figure out how to re-engage. So that's pretty interesting. Like, and I think I'm definitely going to keep this in the rotation. I think I'm on to something with it. Next week, I'm doing 4 sets of 4 for everything, then a deload, and starting up again. This will be the end of the first month of my new program. I intend to run it all year and just see what happens. And I'm not compromising, and I'm not trying to be a sad boy, but I'm also not trying to be one of these boys that jumps from program to program. I'm just going to stick with my plan for a year. It's a long time to commit to something, but I do feel like I need it. And it's a non-controversial plan, Like, there's no reason for me to, I don't know. There's no position where I should have a leg to stand on as far as really quitting it, right? There's no argument against it. Is it an optimal program? Of course not. But it's absolutely meat and potatoes fine. And I'm gonna stick with it. And I'm excited. I'm excited for that prospect. I'm excited to put the work in, to stop compromising, to stop being a crybaby, and just see what I can actually get up to this year. Last year's goals, I didn't hit any of them. It was a complete and total wash. So this year, even though they're not super specific, well, they kind of, I want to squat 315. I think 315 is a worthy goal. It's time I get back into the big boy club. And and I'm confident I can do it, you know. As for the other lifts, I feel like I need to do those just to for the general health and well-being of my body, you know. But I've got to fix this squat deficiency. It's the whole reason I started this squat every day, other than it just being a fun idea, you know. But like if I'm squatting every day for near 500 days now and my squat's not getting any better, like what am I doing it for then? You know, like I'm doing it for a devotional. I mean, that's really why I'm doing it. But it'd be nice if my squat got better if I'm squatting every day, right? Anyway, that's my take today. Little lazy rest day video. I love you guys. Be good to each other out there. I am going to strive hard to do the same. I have the day off again. I'm going to go get coffee with my son. And yeah, I don't know. Then the day's just going to be the day, right? We're going to try to get my ducks in a row. The horses on the cart, yada yada, the usual stuff, you know. Get my mind and body ready for the week ahead. Tomorrow is squat day. 4 sets of 4. See you then.